What is up, Coon Ass Nation? It is Tuesday. I've decided to go live today for this message, I guess. Uh, kind of conflicted about doing this. However, on this podcast, we will be talking about something a little political. I'm going to cross the barrier here for this specific topic because it actually goes into a lot of psychology and social issues. So I won't be spending the time on the political part of it as you think. As you know, today they had a shooting at the YouTube headquarters, and they had a possible shooter on the LSU campus. So we had two gun-related issues today, and it made me think. I really feel bad for the people at the YouTube offices. However, they found out that the woman that was out there was going to shoot ex-boyfriend, whatever, no telling. So the reason why I want to talk about this is very simple. It points into the one thing that people are arguing, the biggest argument that's in America today, and that is gun control. And I'm going to talk about it because I'm going to put it very plain and very simple for everyone, so you understand what the fuck's going on in this country. Right now, you have two political parties that are tearing us apart at the seams. All of us are here. Most of us are here. We're in the middle. Okay? We're not, we don't really sway one way or another. We're in the middle, want to live our lives, work, make a living, see our families, see our friends, and try to make it through this life. That's what we do. I would even go as far as saying all over the world we're like this. However, the problem is you have two parties with a fucking agenda, their own little agendas for control. One on one side wants control by dominating all your rights, and they want to dominate what you do all the time. The other one wants to dominate you by controlling your money and making you poor. That's the truth, guys. That is the fucking truth. So, why did I title this Dummies and Guns? Because the real issue, ladies and gentlemen, is not the tool, but the source of the violence. Now, you might wonder why I bring this up. Because the source of the violence is not the tool, ladies and gentlemen. It's here. Mental illness, problems, people having problems. People are wigging out nowadays. They can't pay the mortgage. They can't pay the rent. They can't pay the bills. They lost a loved one. People have no way of dealing with loss nowadays. No way. So in their minds, they build up this little thing saying, okay, you know what? If I do this, then this things will be okay. Well, I can't tell you if they will or not. I mean, that's the truth. I don't know. But I will tell you this, that blaming a tool for an action is not going to fix the problem. Okay? So let's yeah, Dave, I see your comment. I gotta hold on. I have this little pop-up. Hold on. Let me try this pop-up here. I'm trying to I have this pop-up and it just won't go away. It won't go away. Let me do it this way. Do it this way. Okay, there we go. We'll do it that way. Okay, cool. So I can see. Yes, David, yes. Load itself. You're absolutely right, Dave. You're absolutely right. Okay, I can agree with. But here is the second part of it. The second part of it is that both of these sides cannot come somewhere and do something. The problem we have is we have two hard-headed fucking bulls in a fucking pen that keep on butting heads, and they don't fucking stop for a second and realize that the only thing they're doing is damaging their fucking skulls. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on in this world. We can't get fucking along. We can't get along, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know why. I mean, I make it a point every day to just live my life, let people live their lives. I don't try to go out there and threaten anyone or try to hurt anyone in any way. And I don't think most of you don't either. That's the point. That's the truth. I don't think most of you David, we're gonna get to that. Just hold on. Just hold on. We're getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. Trust me. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Because David, you're not going to just wait. Just wait, all right, brother? Just wait for a second. Let me just finish. So you have two sides that have two different ideas on how a country should be run. That's the truth. You have a capitalist model and you have a socialist model. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me enlighten you on why the Constitution was written the way it fucking was. Okay, I want to enlighten you. Okay, the founding fathers knew one thing, that there would have a lot of motherfuckers coming to this goddamn country, and they would all be different cultures, and they would all be different people. That's why states were invented, assholes. Because, look, I don't need stats, David. Just follow me here. I told you to wait. Please wait. Okay? Stats. We're not going to talk about stats in the argument of gun control. I'm just bringing up a point about the bigger picture. That's why I'm using it. Okay, Dave? So please, chill out, bro. Just chill for a second. Just chill. Just chill. Just listen. We have many different cultures in this country. Hell, we're huge. If you think about it, there's a lot of countries the size of our states. The idea of this one-size-fit-all legislation they do in Washington is bullshit. What is good for California may not be good for Louisiana. What's good for Louisiana may not be good for New York. That's why in the Constitution it specifically states that powers not granted by the Constitution for the federal government are enumerated to the states. Okay? The problem is over the years, the federal government has grabbed more and more power. Judges have legislated from the bench on both sides, mind you. I want you to realize something, ladies and gentlemen. It's the whole system. It's not one side. We're in, the condom thing, yeah. But yeah, I heard about that when I got home. That's fucking stupid. Yeah. I'm passionate about this, guys, because I believe that whatever side you pick is going to take freedom from you, period. Thomas Jefferson stated, or it might be Benjamin Franklin, I don't know which founding father said it, but you should never give up freedom for safety. That's it, guys. We're giving up freedoms because of this PC fucking world on both sides. You know, there's no such thing as compromise anymore. It's always about, okay, well, you have to be my way or you have to be this way. You know, I talked about it in my last podcast about social media. It's a paradox that social media has literally separated us more than anything in the world. It really has. If you look at all the people and all the hate speech and all this crap going on and all this stuff, by the way, my shoulder's doing a lot better. Just want to let y'all know that. So, guys, I'm passionate about this because if we don't wake up as a whole race, you know, you can arguing a point to someone that won't listen does nothing. But presenting solutions does a hell of a lot more. And that's what the problem is. We have a lot of rhetoric, but we have no solutions. But you can't have extreme solutions either. You know, these extreme solutions that one side wants to do and the other side wants to get rid of all that, you know, it's a pendulum. That's all it is. One side fighting from power from the other. It's all about power, ladies and gentlemen. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about what happens to you. They being the government and the politicians and anyone in this fucking fucking circuit of just fucking lies, deceit, and fucking chaos. That's what it is. That is the truth. That is truth. No buts about it, ladies and gentlemen. Truth. Everybody is too focused on their platform or their little like, oh, I believe in this, and that's great. You have the right to believe in all this stuff. I've said that. However, take a step back for a second and see really what's going on. Really what's going on. There are things going on in this country that have never happened before. Okay, now with gun violence, almost every time the person who conducted the violence had some issue. The last motherfucker in Florida, by the way, posted this shit all over Facebook, and the fucking FBI missed that shit. Okay? And I guarantee you, this bitch in fucking California, guarantee you, she wrote something or had some dispute with her fiance, boyfriend, or whatever that can be found. So, but here's the paradox of it all. Not really a paradox, but here's the issue. Okay, so you write an algorithm to find speech, and then you find speech that does not really find sarcasm or whatever. You see what I mean? We're getting into uncharted territories here that is very dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't want anybody's rights taken from them, but at the same time, there's nothing being done about these mental illness issues and all this stuff going on. I mean, everybody, like, if you would do a poll of all these fucking people in the world, I guarantee you, if you ask them how great the government's doing, they'd say they're fucking horrible. Guys, we got people in fucking other countries that, can't even get clean fucking drinking water. You have people in countries that hate the fuck out of other countries. Can't get along. Like, we literally can't. We can't even get along in our own country. We can't even get along in our own country, in the U.S. Okay, if you're overseas, I don't know what's going on there. But the point being, guys, is we need to wake up. Like I said, we're all here. You have these two sides trying to pull us apart from where we're kind of in our bubble here, and we're kind of like looking at each other like, what the fuck's going on here? And you got these two fucking political parties pulling you and being like, fuck you, we're gonna take you, dude, it doesn't look, Dave, I don't care. Don't care. By Democrats and Islamic terrorists. Okay, fine. Okay. I told you, I don't want to hear the stats. I'm giving this from a broad perspective here, like from an outsider looking in, from my perspective. And my perspective, it doesn't matter if they're Democrat, Republican, or what. Both fucking sides are corrupt, motherfuckers. Both sides, Republican and Democrat. Don't fucking tell me one side's better than the other. They're both fucking shit. Both fucking shit. And don't fucking tell me or give me any fucking stats. Oh, I don't see the Republicans doing this. But you know what the Republicans are doing, David? How about I tell you, okay, the Democrats are killing you by guns. The fucking Republicans are killing you by debt. Okay? They're the motherfuckers who started the Federal fucking Reserve. Our fucking economy is based on debt. Okay? It's a Ponzi scheme to make sure that people like me and most people like you don't get up in life because they're too fucking busy gaining all the fucking money. And don't fucking tell me, oh, they're going to give you jobs. Because those motherfuckers, I guarantee you, will give you only enough to get by. I've seen it. I've fucking seen it. So don't make this Republican Democrat because both sides are shit. They're shit. And I have facts for both sides. I'm neither. I am neither for a reason. The whole system is fucked. It's rigged. It's fucked. We need a third party in this country. Get rid of the fucking party system. Let an individual vote the way he really feels. Why do they have to have party votes? What if I like the president nominee and on one side and the VP on the other side? That'd be fucking interesting, don't you think? I think that'd be great. Because compromise would have to happen. Okay? I hate to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but the one great time in American history that we had a lot of prosperity and the debt was actually being paid down and whatnot. You could Trump train all you want, David, but you're not gonna like what I'm about to fucking tell you. When Bill Clinton was the fucking president and fucking had a Republican Congress, there was one thing they were forced to do. It's called compromise. Compromise. It's not going on right now. Trump's not the fucking answer. Hillary's not the fucking answer. We don't have a fucking candidate worth a goddamn out there. That's the truth. We don't. We don't. There is not a candidate that's really for the people and has not been for a very long time. The last one that was got assassinated. That's right. The last one got assassinated. This is all a scheme. This is all for control. And I'm not a fucking conspiracy theorist, but if you don't see that, you need to look. You can say, think what you want, Dave. It's fine. It's fine. I was too young to know what Reagan did, but I did research some of his shit. Some of his shit was fucking not great. Like I said, each side wants fucking control. Each fucking side. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. A politician goes into office to make money and to have control. That's the bottom line. Because if they didn't, they would term limit themselves, and we wouldn't have all these career politicians. Think about that. The fucking logic in that. Holy shit. You don't go into politics to just serve the people. You go into politics because you know you're going to be fucking rich, you know you're going to make fucking money, and you know you're going to have fucking power. Because if they didn't, again, they would give themselves term limits and we wouldn't have any career fucking politicians ever. Yeah, think about that, ladies and gentlemen. The logic in that. The logic, strictly logic. You know, you could say whatever, Dave. Again, this is a broad perspective. You know, this is an example, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I said in my first video, if you put comments in here, if you have the nuts to put comments, you have to have the nuts to listen to what I'm going to say about them. So this is what I'm going to say about David Lassane's comments here. Okay? That's right, Dave. You're absolutely right. But you see, Dave, right there, you're talking about Bill Clinton and all this stuff. I have yet to see a solution posted on the comments. Solution. I might not agree with it, but if you can give me solutions, then I will listen. Don't give me facts in this case, because you know what? You can take facts and manipulate them the way you want. Give me a fucking solution. Give me a solution. That's all I'm saying. When you watch this video, post in the comments. Passive all Trump agenda. Well, that's maybe your opinion. I think that I don't necessarily agree with that, but that okay. So if you're gonna say passive all Trump's agenda, you have to be specific. Just saying. Now, you want to talk about Trump's agenda? I know one thing. Trump's agenda is about to fuck Louisiana. We're the biggest importer of fucking steel and aluminum in the whole fucking country. We're about to get fucked. Now, you see, Dave, I can't agree with that. Ban all Democrats. You have a right to practice what political party you have. You have no regard for anybody on the other side or nor yourself. And this is the problem. Selfishness. This is the problem. This is a prime example, ladies and gentlemen, of one side being so fucking bullheaded that they don't think of an actual solution. My solution is this. Very simple. Take away all presidential executive orders. Give more power to the states, to where the states can govern their citizens and their cultures the way they need to. Get rid of the fucking Federal Reserve. Back our currency with gold again, or silver, however you want to do it. Get rid of all this inflation. Try to pay off all our fucking debts if we can. If not, make agreements to do so. You know, whatever, trade or whatever. You know, I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but you see, this is kind of why I don't go into politics. I really don't go into it. Because I'm a very down the middle guy. I really am. In the sense that the side I'm on is on my side. You know, I might not be perfect, but one thing I do know is that, you know, both sides have never helped me. They never helped anyone, really. They only help a group of people, not everyone. And that is sad. You know, I'm not asking for a dictator. I'm just, you know, the problem is that people just can't get along. because we're being forced agendas from one culture to another. Think of, the American Indian. We went to American Indian, we just obliterated a culture just because we wanted more fucking land. Okay? We might and called them heathens because they didn't believe and they weren't Christians. I mean, think about that. That's pretty fucked up, don't you think? We've had holy wars because we can't get along with religion, but yet we live in sectors by ourselves where we all agreed. So culture is important. It makes the people who they are. Why are we trying to force? We're almost in a way trying to force culture upon each other. Like we feel that what's good over here is not good good over here too, and that's not true. They have a saying in Cajun, what's good for the ganders is good for the goose. Le bon point le soir, et bon point le soir. But that's not true. It's really not true, ladies and gentlemen. I just hope you watch this and you realize, maybe really think about what's going on around us, all over the world, all over. Because right now, I'm almost 40 years old, 39 years old. I've said it before. 39, just turned 39. And the older you get, the more you realize how much bullshit's in the world. How much bullshit. How much fucking garbage there is that really doesn't pertain to you, but yet people want to force their shit on you. I'm sorry. I won't stand for it on either end. I won't stand for forcing shit on people or being forced. I'm just sorry. I just won't do it. Has everybody thought that maybe a state wants to ban guns? Let them. Fucking, I don't care. If you don't want to be in that type of state that takes rights away, you can move to another state that has those rights. That's what the states were meant to do. It's just unreal to me. It's just ungodly how we want to force everything down everybody's throats. Like, you have to be like us. I don't want to be like anyone. I don't want to be like anybody else. I want to be me. I don't want no fucking asshole telling me I can only eat fucking vegetables for the rest of my life. Fuck them. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell them, look, you shouldn't eat meat either. Or the same thing with guns. Like, I'll be honest with you. I own a fucking handgun. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in it. That's my prerogative. I live in a state that we got a lot of hunters and whatnot, and they say that all these AR-15s and all this shit. I mean, I can tell you that a lot stronger gun than an AR-15 is a 30-aught fucking 6. Or, Dave, okay, Dave, I told you, it's not, we understand that, okay, whatever, fine. You can also use the fact that London has less violent crime than fucking the United States. You don't, but they have a higher murder rate. I mean, stats can be manipulated. That's not the point here. The point here is simple. Stop imposing your fucking shit on everybody else. That's my point today. David, you are strong, Second Amendment guy, you're a conservative. I understand that. But if somebody doesn't agree with you, you don't say ban them. Okay? Sorry. People have rights in this fucking country. Try to find a solution where maybe you can come down the middle. But no, that will never happen. This is a prime example. Which is sad. Look, if somebody disagrees with gun control, that's fine. I don't get mad at them or whatever. That is their prerogative. I don't believe that. I live in a state and a culture that believes what I, generally believe. There's some things down here I think are stupid. That's fine. But the point being, I own a handgun. I've owned a handgun for years. I know how to use it. But this is also a hunting state. And like I said, you want to talk about guns and what's more deadlier than whatnot? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You better do your research about rounds and stuff, because I've shot a lot of these guns, and I guarantee you, if I were to do something, just to say, I'm not going to do something, but if I were, I would not be having an AR-15. I guarantee you, I'd have something with a lot more firepower, a lot more strength to it. That'd be a 308 30-06 with a large clip. And I guarantee you, those fucking guns there, they, not gonna get into it. Just they hurt if you never get shot with them. Okay. Just saying. But this thing, you know, the people using. I think what I'm more mad about is the media and politicians using these situations to push an agenda they have. I think that makes me more mad than anything else. Like, why, again, don't impose your shit on me. I mean, it's bad enough I have representatives in this state, in the House of Representatives and in the Senate that I really can't fucking, I really like some of the shit they've signed, just for, it's just fucking aggravating. I mean, our state's in fucking shit, by the way. Louisiana's fucked right now. You can't even pass fucking budget. I don't even want to talk about that. Fake news people piss me off too. Well, I mean, that's the problem with news. It's all opinion based now. Usually, everybody would before when we were kids. I remember that. I remember that. Um, I remember that we would like watch the news, and you would turn to news channel, and everybody had the same news. Everybody had like the same headlines. Now it's all about what political party is feeding their pockets. And it's both sides. Again, both sides. And it's sad. It's sad. And yet and you know what, guys? I listen to a lot of news outside of the United States just to see, like, I'll go to Sky News, or I'll go to RT, or I'll even Al Jazeera. And the reason why, because I want to see, it's very interesting to see how an outsider looking in, looks at the news. And it's pretty fucking interesting. I'll tell you what, you get a lot more facts than you do political rhetoric. It's amazing. Kenny, thank you for joining, by the way. Um, and it's just interesting. I would invite anybody to do that. I really would. I really would invite anybody to do that. But all this violence going on, I'm gonna tell you what it is too. Logically, guys, logically, what it is like, let's say you're buying a lottery ticket. Well, you buy one, you have like one in how many million, but you buy two, your odds get better. Well, we got more and more people on this planet. Like, we keep on growing and growing and growing in population. So the chances of these things happening are growing exponentially because the population is growing exponentially. I mean, if you look at the population growth, it stagnated during the Gen Xers. You had the baby boomers at 90 million. Gen Xers were down to 60, and then the fucking millennials went to 95. So believe it or not, our population was declining. And then all of a sudden it just shot the fuck back up again because baby boomers started having kids. I don't want to talk about those kids, fucking millennials. I don't want to talk about those. But guys, whoever watches this, you need to Kenny, I'm with you with that. I don't watch the news anymore either. I can't stand it. I look for my news online, and I look at multiple outlets, and then I have to piece it together to get the right fucking news. That's what's so aggravating. Like, you have to look at to get an unbiased news article. You literally have to look at CNN and then Fox and then this and that one and that one and this one and that one. And then you got to kind of take all the facts together and then rewrite a whole news story just to find out what the fuck's going on. Like, seriously, that's what you really have to do. That's just how I feel. I just don't understand that. I mean, I'm just saying, right, Bart? Whatever you look at, I mean, but to have the actual facts, you have to dig for them now. You can't just like watch something. Okay, like this YouTube shooting. I watched, like, I was on home and I put it where I could hear it in my earbuds, and they had one channel saying it one way and then one channel saying it another way, and it went this and that and this and that and this and that, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, you don't understand. So yeah. But I wanna kind of push the subject in a different direction now. It's our teach children what it means to really be happy. No, I think it's our job as adults to teach children reality. because and teach children that with happiness comes sadness, and the spectrums of the emotion, the emotional spectrum. You can't just teach someone what it means to be happy, because that meaning is for someone to find out. I mean, think about it. If you can't teach somebody what it means to be that. I think you have to teach people like what they're dealing with, like the actual emotions, how to deal with those emotions. And then from there, they have to learn how it is to be happy. Shut up! Hey, 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 hey! God damn it. Tracking. Hey! Come here! Come here, Linus! Come here! God damn, he's having a fit. Hold on. Hey! Come here! Come here! Come here! Come on, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey, go in the house. Yeah, go bark in the house. There you go. Again, I want to go back to what Kenny was saying. Remember I've told you, interruptions, dogs. Hey! Come here. Damn. All right, back to what Kenny was saying and what I was saying about that. I think that we're missing the boat on teaching youth exactly what it is to be an adult. I really think so. And I think that technology has hindered that. I also think that as adults, sometimes we forget what's really important in life, what success really is. Kids don't even look at adults in the eye. That's because that's not taught. Like, I'll give you an example. My dogs, and I know dogs and children are different, but my dogs are taught to look me in the eye. Because when I give them a command, like if I call my dog, he looks me right in the eye. Because if I give him a command, he understands. Kids, and you know why kids don't look people in the eye, Kenny? Because they're not given confidence. The only way you're gonna look someone in the eyes if you're confident. You're confident. Confidence is looked down upon nowadays. And we're not teaching kids what confidence really is. We're not teaching our children things that we should be. And a whole generation missed the fucking boat. Okay. And these kids are now adults now. And I don't give a fuck if you're a millennial or not. I'm going to tell it to your fucking face. And if you want to debate me on this, I fucking will. But the Gen Xers were the last fucking generation to learn the hard way. Because a lot of Gen Xers went through the fucking 80s and didn't have shit. And they learned hard work. And they learned how to fucking manage their money. And because they had to go through it. Their parents went through it. Now, through the 90s, it was all fucking great and dandy. So these fucking millennials, they didn't have to suffer. They don't know what it is to suffer. Psychologically, I'm glad you brought this topic, Kenny, because this is very interesting about a child in AI. I had this conversation with someone, and this is about artificial intelligence. And somebody asked me the question, will artificial intelligence actually happen? And will it be good? And this is what I told them. I said, no, it won't be complete human intelligence, and it will be strictly artificial in the sense that the artificial intelligence bot, when they come up with it, will be lacking one thing, one important thing, one specific thing that could make them truly artificial intelligence like a human. And that is when you're a baby, the first emotion, the first feeling, actually not an emotion, the feeling you feel more than likely is pain. Physical pain. And when you feel physical pain, it translates to ouch. And then from there, you realize the second emotion you learn is something that makes you feel good. And then those translate into actual emotions inside your brain, into the cognitive brain. And you learn over time, when you learn language and whatnot, you learn about these feelings, and then they become mental. They evolve to a mental state of happy and sad and pain and whatnot. So that's very important. So when I'm talking about this, guys, I mean that this is very interesting that, when it comes to the psyche of these shooters, I mean, I will say this. Dave, you wanted to bring up a point that a lot of these shooters were Democrats. Here's something even more interesting than that I think is important. The majority of these shooters are either millennials or baby boomers. That's interesting because those are two generations that did not really have to go through bullshit. Just saying. Just saying. A lot of your baby boomers, a lot of them didn't really have to go. Most of them didn't really go through Vietnam. Some of them did. Most of them didn't. You know, but there was no recession. Whatever. But the point being is that those are the two generations that are doing most of this, and I find that very interesting. I find that extremely interesting, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sorry, I was directing my comment to David. We have two people in right now. But guys, I want you to take this all in, and I want you to take it in with an open mind. I am never, never disrespectful when it comes to somebody's thoughts and what they believe in. You have a right to believe it, ladies and gentlemen. You always do. I don't want you to think that if somebody tells you no, that you can't think that. I want you to tell them to go fuck themselves. That's what I want you to do. Be a free thinker, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be a sheep. And this is not a typical podcast, okay? And I'm going to make a disclaimer on that. This is not a typical podcast. This is not a subject that is funny, but I felt the need to talk about this because it just keeps on going. When you have two incidents of gun violence that you hear about in a day, it's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? The discussion has to be talked about in a manner where you need to take your bullheaded fucking comments and fucking discard them for a second and really think about the problem. Where is the center of this problem? And then talk about solutions in that avenue and not talk about, well, getting rid of this or getting rid of that. It's going to solve everything, because it's not. It's not. It's not going to take away pain in the world. It's not going to take away aggression. And even if you took those things out, we wouldn't be human. So it's contradictory of itself. It's just the way it is. That's life. The U.S. is a young country. I guarantee you, they have other types of violence all over the world every day we don't hear about. But because it's new to us, this is foreign. This is like, holy shit. Now we have, it started with Columbine. And of course that, everybody, and then, even locally, we had a shooting, in my theater, in my backyard. And it was some guy, random guy. He had some random guy that was just, again, mental illness. And that's what we're not thinking about. We're not thinking about mental illness. We're not thinking about, okay, what's going on with these people that make them think this way? Now you could say it's violence on TV or whatever. It doesn't matter. I think it's deeper than that. I just think it's because people are just having a fucking enough, because they can't face what's in front of them. I think that's a major problem. That it's just simply put, people can't face what's in front of them. That they're, like bullied or whatever, it's a dad without a foot in their ass. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kenny, you're right. I mean, it's just, Kenny, and guys, it's just, we're not focusing on the problem. That's what I'm getting at, because people are afraid to. I think the reason why people are avoiding the real problem and trying to get these band-aids in there is because they have no real solution. Because if they delve into what really the solution is, it's going to scare the fuck out of them. That's what I think. That's what I personally think. That's what I personally think, ladies and gentlemen, that people are afraid to touch this subject. They're afraid because they're afraid of, I think part of it is they're afraid of, the PC deal. Like, okay, where I don't want to offend anybody. Well, you're not going to get any solutions not trying to offend anyone. You have to fucking put it out there like, okay, this is my fucking solution. That's what you have to do. And then from there, you move on. And then the person listening to the solution or in the debate needs to realize, don't take the fucking shit personally. Just fucking listen. You might not agree with it, but at least, there might be something in there that might help you come up with a better solution, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. But it's just like, during the shut up. Yeah! Hey, I'm talking. Go in the house. Go in the house. Thank you. I guess what I'm saying is that during the Industrial Revolution, that's how inventors, competed with each other. Like one inventor would do this, and the other one would take it and make it better, and so on and so on and so forth. And that's progress. That's what really progress is. It's making things better with the original idea, and then you make it better, and then it goes back and forth and back and forth, and it doesn't fucking matter, who takes credit or whatnot. It doesn't really fucking matter, guys, because in the end, if the end result is fucking something great, then who cares? Who cares? Right? Who fucking cares? But we don't think that way. Shut up. We don't think that way. We really don't. We really. Hey! Go in the house! Damn dog. Go in the house. Go in. Go on. Get in the house. Go. Keep the mouth shut. Come here. Go. Yeah. Go in. Go. Yeah. Go over there. So guys, so that's my rant for this gun thing. Now, what I'm about to do, because this is my serious stream, I'm about to stop the stream, and then I'm going to do another funny live, like just a normal fucking live stream and talk about, well, yeah, I'm going to do that. So this is just a serious talk, but stay tuned because shut up. So I'm about to restart with another deal. So stay tuned. Shit. Stay tuned.